Yo, what's good? It's Vampire here, back from the video. And today we're hopping into another College Football 25 defensive scheme. Today we're going to be running a formation called the Nickel 3-3 stack. This is in the 3-3 multiple playbook, if I'm not mistaken. I am super excited to bring you guys today's sponsor, TrustDice. TrustDice is one of the largest crypto casinos and sportsbook. This website has a huge user base spanning over 100 countries in the world, including popular in-house games like Dice and Crash. You can also find out some of the best odds in our sports section, as well as the live casino and the esports section, which allows you to bet on some of your favorite games such as FIFA, basketball, CSGO, and a few others. Make sure you guys check it out. Link will be in the description below. Additionally, TrustDice is rated an excellent 4.5 stars from Trustpilot as well. Or the 3-3-5 multiple playbook, and this is going to be a good formation. We're going to be running the cover 2 drop play, and it's going to be taking place here on the left. I haven't really ran too much cover 2, but I actually do enjoy mixing it in with my defenses. You guys know I'm more of a match coverage cover 4 type of guy, but we can actually incorporate it here, and in my opinion, this is a really good defense to mix in. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you run cover 2 every play. We all know it has its little holes and weaknesses, but if you can mix it in with the match coverage, I think you'll be well on your way to putting together a good scheme for this year's game. So cover 2 drop. The thing I like to do personnel-wise is I'm going to put all my safeties at linebacker. Now, this isn't going to be amazing run defense. I'll let you guys know that right now, but you can have 8 defensive backs on the field, which is immediately going to give you an advantage. I'm going to have auto flip on. I am going to have my flats for now to 10. Now, you can adjust this depending on how your opponent is playing, of course, but let's just come out and smash here and take a look at our play art. So immediately I'm generally going to like to press, but we have a few different things. It's not your normal Tampa 2. We have hooks instead of vert hooks, but hook zones, and then we have a mid-read and a 3-receiver hook. Now, the 3-receiver hook is generally a pretty valuable zone. We'll just kind of show a way that we could actually use that zone, but we're going to start out with just a simple setup here, and this is going to be kind of just basic coverage, and we're going to stick with our 3-man rush. Now, the 3-man rush can be good sometimes, it can be bad sometimes, but immediately what I'm going to do is man up the players in the slot. So I'm going to man up L1 on RB, and I'm going to man up this X linebacker or square on Y or triangle, just like so. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put A in this deep zone. That's going to be to defend any streaks. If number 0 on Vanderbilt was on a streak here, this would help defend that. And yeah, we're going to play like this. Now, could you show blitz? You could. I don't hate showing blitz. I would probably move this guy back, but you could do this. And this just kind of makes like it look a little tougher to run the ball against, at least. You could obviously like pinch your D-line as well, move those guys in, but we'll just play kind of stock coverage like this, and you see our coverage is pretty good with no holes. We end up getting pressure. Now, of course, we're using a good defensive team, so I hope we would get some decent pressure. But yeah, coverage is pretty good. There's one place where it's like, hey, he could have kind of went with the ball. It's going to be this little route here. Even this difficult throw, if you bullet pass it, it's going to be intercepted by the cloud flat here. You would have to highball it over the top, and that's not an easy throw. And again, a lot of people probably aren't looking to that left side for that player on any kind of a corner route. For anything, they're probably going to run something more likely to be like this. Now, of course, there's going to be holes in this defense. We understand that, but there's holes in every defense. It just depends on what he's doing. He's going to probably throw a lot of man beaters out there, and the reason he's going to do that is because he's trying to beat your match coverage, lots of crossing routes. So that's why I kind of prefer running it at like that 10-yard split rather than running it at, anything else. We could leave our 3-receiver hook here as well and just use this player. If I'm not concerned at all about him going deep down the field, we could do this, user over here, and you see we have really good coverage there. So that's one variation to do it. And yeah, I mean, overall, just a lot of good stuff we can do. Again, that route combo was like A on a hitch, and you see the 3-receiver hook matched onto him perfectly. That allowed my user to go ahead and lurk over on number 3 on the left on a little post route. So it's a lot of potential in doing it this way. Now, there could also be concerns. Now, generally what you're going to see, you could see a deeper corner route, and the issue that you would probably run into here is if they run any kind of a scheme like this, where you're manning up that player consistently. And by that I mean if you're just playing it like this, for example. And as an offensive player, what am I going to do? I'm going to put 0 on a corner route, and he should get open there deep down the field. So that's one concern that we have, and I'm going to show you guys how I would probably go about counteracting that. The first thing that we're going to do is actually turn this into a cover 3 cloud defense. Now, before we actually do this cover 3 cloud adjustment, I do want to mention some of the mobile quarterbacks. Obviously you can contain, but sometimes even with the contains, these guys are able to like step up and just scramble out, and it would be 10 yards and actually 15 yards. So generally I'm just going to leave my pass rush alone. You could leave the contains, but you're going to want some kind of push up front. So I'd probably just leave my pass rush how they are, and then it's like we could go with a normal adjustment. I'm going to have to spy somebody. We could leave this guy in this 3 receiver hook, which is probably what I would do. I would sacrifice getting beat down the middle. It's possible, but again, he's not necessarily going to be expecting it, and you could still play your coverage like this. I could still man up both these players, really, if I wanted to, actually. Like, if I wanted to, maybe A is killing me on whatever route he's running. I could still play my coverage like this with the spy, and you can move it around in, kind of whatever direction you want. Again, RB was open there, but that's kind of a riskier, tougher throw. But that's how you have to play against some kind of a mobile quarterback. But going back to the cover 3 cloud adjustment, you're going to put B in an outside third, you're going to put L1 in a curl flat, and you're going to put A here in a inside third. This is going to allow you to actually keep these linebackers. They don't have to play deep in coverage. I could still go and man this player up on any of these guys. I can still man him up on A, and I could still man this guy up on the running back, or I have free range to spy either one of these players. So we could play our cover 3 like this. Again, I could still even just leave him in the hook curl. If I do leave him in the hook curl, I'm probably going to set that to around like a 5-yard zone drop rather than a deeper one, because I kind of prefer when they're in that 5 to 10 yard range. But yeah, that's one way to do it. Now, another thing you can do is go with the outside quarter if you prefer that over the outside third. They don't make too big of a difference to me. If you're concerned about getting beat deep, because sometimes with those outside quarters you could just get beat deep on like little streaks or fades, I do recommend like trying to get a shade over the top there so that they do back up. Speed has a factor to do with it. If you know you have a speed disadvantage, that's where I'm gonna just back that player off. And again, you could still like show blitz with the scheme as well, and for anything that may just help. That guy's gonna rotate over. He's gonna do a good job of like taking away any streaks because he's gonna rotate over. And then like I can leave this 3 receiver hook here. And if I want, I can just leave both these guys here. Still play my normal cover 3 like this. And we could, really be in business here. Lurking over that corner out. You can't really throw it. X, again, is kind of the only open guy. But let's say you want to take it a step further, what you could do. And I'll probably try and show this against some different formations just so you guys get an idea. You're always going to want that cover 2 to be on the short side of the field. So slot corner is going to be your cover 3 cloud side. I just want to check if there's a cover 3 cloud in this formation. There's not, so that's kind of why I'm doing what I'm doing. What would be a good formation? I guess this one's decently popular. Okay, so if you're facing something like this, we could keep our adjustment the same, kind of run it like this. I'm probably going to man up someone on the tight end just because the tight end is very key in this formation. I could show blitz. I could press. If you show blitz and press, it's going to move those safeties back to their original position. And then I'm probably going to pinch my defensive line just to help against the run defense. And then, even then, I'm probably just going to spy X. Like, if it's a mobile quarterback, I'm going to spy him. So I'm going to play like this. If not, you could leave him in his vert hook. And I could actually even user him run defensive purposes. I'm going to kind of want to be on this guy to gap shoot. And you see how I slant inside as well. That's another thing that we can do. But yeah, let's say we'll spy him here. And we'll play our coverage like this, which is just going to be normal. And again, those curl flats are kind of set to default, but coverage is going to be decent. Obviously, we don't get amazing pressure with a 3-man rush. But a lot of times when they're using those mobile quarterbacks, they get happy feet in the pocket anyway. They try and scramble, get themselves in some bad positions. You could still pinch and contain if you're really concerned, and you should still get a decent containment, at least on the left. But yeah, overall the coverage is good. You could set this curl flat to whatever you want. If you want, you can incorporate like some man coverage as well. Almost go with like a quarters kind of assignment. Let's move you back. But we have this guy manned up, and then like if I wanted to, I could just throw X on a curl flat, and then I can actually, we have a little free range. I could keep this guy deep, but I can actually play aggressive with him as well. I could put him in like a little hook curl. I could even user him over here, so we could play our coverage like this. Obviously, I could spy on either one of these guys, but this is going to be kind of a good coverage. And again, you could set that curl flat to like 15 yards up probably, but I mean, their coverage is good. I think we had containment on the outside, and that is just really a really good defense, mixing in some of the man coverage. If they're going with that solo side receiver, we get just a shed up the middle, but curl flat defends that out route perfectly. This route's defended well. This route's manned up, but my user's there as well. You have the 3 receiver hook, and that player, the tight end, is manned up, so it's really good. You could leave the, if you prefer a mid read over the 3 receiver hook, you could definitely go vice versa. It would be better against those little inside breaking in routes. Let's just show it against one more formation here. Let's go with something. I called the wrong play. It's unfortunate. My apologies. So again, you're going to go cover 3 on this side. You could like press like this and it looks a lot more dangerous. I'm definitely going to want to man up probably the running back out of this formation. I could man up the running back and the tight end. Or I could just like leave the mid read over here and play it like this. Boom. Lurk over here on the drag, and you see everything's taken care of pretty well. So that's going to be the video. If you guys enjoyed, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel down below, and peace. I am out of here.